Now, if you ask anyone who's raced here, they'll tell you, nowhere in the world is more important to get a high qualifying position than here on the windy, chicaney, challenging streets of Monaco. We're about to set the grid for tomorrow's race, but potentially for the end of the race too. So welcome along, everyone, to the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check, radio check.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15. You're in first position, front of the pack. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 12.1. And we're in front of Piastri, Schumacher and Senna. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 13.0. Russell, Leclerc, Verstappen, Senna and Schumacher. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:13.0. Yes, excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
All this garbage.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino that first opened in 1863. And of course, a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco, then, is not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo. And although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Lance Stroll yesterday, and it's put him on pole, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Albon, Oscar Piastri and Verstappen, Senna, Norris, Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen, Colapinto, Antonelli, Esteban Ocon and Behrman, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Gabriel Bortoleto and Pierre Gasly, Aaron, Hamilton, Doohan and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such, we're not going to have quite the same top speed as other circuits. The good news, though, is that it's going to make our DRS even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can. Superb parking there, mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers as the lights go out. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Okay, DRS is now available. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, we're running low on fuel. Start lifting off the throttle a little before the braking points and letting the drag do some of the work in slowing you down. That'll help conserve the fuel you have left. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 19.1 seconds. Yellow flag. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. Okay, clear. Gap to your teammate behind, 20.7 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're in 19th place. Time last lap, 1:17.9. You're leading the pack, that's P1. That's Albon behind you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Your pit window is open, pit window currently open. And that's 23 laps to go. There seems to have been a problem attaching the front wing. We need to try and put that behind us now and finish the race strong. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. This is our true position. We're on the same strategy. They've pitted as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint. Okay, mate, we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD. Understood, copy that. Tyre condition still looking good. Okay mate, race control, I'm afraid I'm not happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. Virtual safety car, reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Okay, we can take you this lap. Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens. Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy. Okay, there seems to have been a problem removing the front wing, but we've got to try and put that behind us now and finish the race strong. Get your head down. Green flag. And that's a Mercedes driver ahead. Time last lap, 1:18.5. Piastri ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 9.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. You sat in P8, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 24.1 seconds. Okay, Piastri just ahead, push hard, push hard. Okay, gap to the car in front, 9.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums, and that's Colapinto behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time, 5 laps. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 7.8 seconds. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Gap to your teammate behind, 34.2 seconds. So your ERS is running a bit low. Look into changing your ERS mode in the MFD for a more conservative burn rate, or you might want to try some lifting or gentle braking to recharge. Norris just ahead, push for the position. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 3.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 17.8. You're closing in by 3 seconds a lap. You're in first position, front of the pack. Piastri's behind you now. They're on old mediums. Your pit window is open, pit window currently open. 2 laps left, next time by will be your final lap. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Piastri's behind. They're on old mediums. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Yeah, good race, man. Good points.
He's made it look so easy, like an afternoon stroll. Lance Stroll wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these 3 drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. They rushed from lights out to the checkered flag, but he strolled to victory. The top spot awaits for Lance Stroll. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Boss, we need your attention on something, please.
Hey, Chief. We have a part or two ready for development because they finished research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to engineering for more info.